Hi everyone and welcome to Stamp with Angela. I'm Angela Palmer and I'm looking forward to sharing creation with you today. So thanks for taking the time to join me, whether you're joining me live or whether you're watching recording later on Facebook or watching the video on YouTube. I appreciate you watching and I hope you're inspired and learn some new tips and things today. So I'm looking forward to using the layering leaf stamp set and the Bough punch that coordinates with that. So it's a great set. The stamp set has got a range of sentiments from things like best wishes for you, thank you so much, hello, sending hugs, a variety of sentiments, and then some leaves as well that make great cards. If you're wanting something that's not got lots of flowers on it, this is perfect, and it can be for masculine or just a lovely card for different occasions. And then we've got the punch that coordinates, and you can cut out some of the leaves as well, or you can use the stamp set on its own. So I'm looking forward to sharing today's card with you and showing you how you can use it. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask as we're going or comment. And if you're watching this later, then I'll do my best to reply as soon as I can. So let's get started. I will turn my camera around and I'll show you the card and then we'll do some stamping. All right, so this is the card that we're going to create today and I'll show you the set that we're using. So this is the layering leaves. All right, so you'll see that it has got sentiments as well as some leaves here, so you can use them on their own. You can even colour in the leaves and things. It's a little bit of flowers and background there too. And this punch has been around for a little bit longer, the bow plant punch, which coordinates too. So you can cut out the leaves and even the little flower ones as well. So it's a great punch. I had this before, and then when I saw the stamp set, I was like, oh wow, I've got to get that. So now I've got both and they're really good to use. So the card I'm going to make today is inspired by and stepped up a little bit, similar to what I did for coffee and cards. So I'll show you that one as well. So this is what we did for coffee and cards. So coffee and cards is often, so I do the note card. So you can see in the size, it's a regular size card. This is a little bit smaller, and I haven't quite got the layers like I have here, but same kind of thing. Sentiment, so here in the middle to the side, leaves around it, and then I have added a bit of the punched out shapes as well, just to add to it too. So note cards are great. I love using them. So you can do that. And for the bigger one, obviously I've added a few more layers. And then obviously my stamping area is a little bit bigger, but I've added the punched out shapes and things too. So lots of possibilities with this particular set. And if you get my newsletter, last week I would have sent out a couple of other ideas with completely different colours using this set as well. So in my newsletter I share some exclusive tutorials that are just for my newsletter subscribers, so be on the lookout for those. And if you sign up, it's the beginning of the month newsletter, so you'll get to see those tutorials as well. Just go to my Stamp with Angela website, and there's a sign up thing on the right hand side, or you can go to stampwithangela.co.nz/free tutorial. You'll get another free tutorial, not this one, but when you sign up, and then inspiration for this too. That is if you're watching this video during August, which is when the newsletter went out. All right, so let's get started. Do you know what colour greens I'm using for this card? Can you guess the colours? So I'm using 3 different greens. I will show you what they are. Let's see if you're correct in what you think they are. So we've got a nice dark green there, which is Shaded Spruce. Then we've got a slightly more, brighter sort of green, which is Granny Apple Green. And then I've used the Garden Green. So this ink pad looks a little bit different. It's the old style ones. Haven't updated it, but still works great. So they're my 3 green. And then the other colour I've used just to fill in the gaps and things is Crumb Cake. So just to make it a bit neutral, and it kind of ties in with my linen thread as well. So the card base is Shaded Spruce, and then I've just put the Granny Apple Green around it to sort of tie those colours together. All right, so what I'm going to do is we will stamp So I'll give you a couple of, so, you know, you can use a variety of sentiments. So you'll see there with the big card, I've used different sentiments, and the same with the little ones as well. I've used for you, best wishes. So you can, you know, here's the sending hugs one as well. So all sorts of possibilities, but it's quite nice with the green. Okay, so we'll do it this way. Okay, so our card base is a normal card base, half of an A4. So that's 14.85 by the width, 21 centimetres, scored at 10.5. And then each layer is just half a centimetre smaller. So this is 10 centimetres by 14.3. And the one we're stamping on is 13.8 by 10 centimetres. Now, I suggest that you stamp your sentiment first, then you can kind of place everything around that. So we're going to start off with our Shaded Spruce, and I've got a little bit of ink around the stamp, so no rocking it, otherwise I'll get lines where I don't want it, or I could wipe it. So kind of to the right, up slightly. There we go. Right, with the same colour, I'm going to use one of the leaf stamps. So I'm going to use one that's got quite a bit of detail on it. I literally only want a couple of each, because by the time you add all of them, I'm just using a chamois just to wipe around the edge. By the time you add all of them, you don't want it to be too busy, and probably different angles and things. I think one of those I didn't sort of change my angles enough. There we go, looking good. Only problem with green is you get a bit of green on your hands. Next, I'm going to go with the Granny Apple Green. So I quite like that. It just adds a bit of brightness to it. So that's why I'm going to go for the more filled in image one. Like so. And remembering down here, I'm going to add my leaves and things. So maybe you don't want to make it too busy. There we go. So notice I'm stamping with photopolymer on the piercing mat, which just gives it a little bit of sponginess, helps it stamp better. My next one is another kind of outline one, and we're going to go for garden green this time. And might only need one. We'll see how we go. Maybe up here. I've done that quite high. I don't really think I want to add another one. I don't want it to be too busy. All right, we can always check later. Okay, then we're going to go with our little wee flower stamp, and every one of these cards is quite different. So, oops, let's see if I can just match that up. Didn't quite hold it down long enough. There you go, you'd never know. And maybe that's a little bit empty, but then I could maybe put my leaves up there a little bit more. I think I'll just do one more, just slightly off up there. Oh, maybe down here. Just a little bit, because we'll fill up that with our punched out shapes. So yeah, basically, and you could try, obviously leaves are green, so that's why I've gone with green, but you could try, you know, other color combinations as well. While we're stamping, I'm going to stamp the inside as well. So I've just done one leaf. So I'll get my other piece. I'll go back to my Shaded Spruce, and I'll just do that. Well, any color you want. I'd probably go with the Shaded Spruce or the Granny Apple Green, because they're the colors you'll see with the card base. So then it kind of coordinates. So we can put that to that and that on here. Nice and simple. I'm just going to close my ink pad so I don't get my sleeve in or something. All right, stick them together, and then I'll show you some tips for punching it out. All right, so this is a new ink bottle, so quite a bit came out. Don't need to use too much. I'm always telling that to particularly children, but let's see if we can go a little bit easier, not too much. And don't press too hard, otherwise you'll actually make a crease in the card, and then you'll see it on the other side. It's just a light kind of going over. Then you don't see any lines. All right, so we can put those together. Put that in our card base. So I love the way this stamp set has got, you know, a range of sentiments, and then it's also got some things for you that you can, images to stamp as well, and the leaves are quite nice. We can often have lots and lots of flowers, And this is a nice break from that. A bit more neutral, could be masculine if you want, sort of thing. All right, there we go. So you could sort of leave it like that if you wanted. Obviously, I've got a bit of a gap and I would have done it differently. But now we're going to add our leaves. Now with this punch, it punches both out. So if I've got my punch and I punch like this, I'm going to use quite a big piece of cardstock, and then I'm doing that, which in this case I don't actually want. So you're better off to have strips, and that way you can put it in, just do your strip. See, it's not really cutting into that too much. And then I've just got that, and then my strip of the granny apple green, my little offcut again, and punch it out. Did I say stamp? I meant punch, sorry. Punch it out, and there we go. So I'm gonna do them a little bit more up here, sort of thing, then it fills in that gap. So you can use a dab of glue. I quite like to use the glue dots, so that's quite cool. So I'm just going to, so on here on the back somewhere you'll see a little glue dot. So I'm just gonna sort of press it on with that. There's a glue dot on there, I don't know if you can see, and we'll just kind of put it like that, stick it down. We'll get another one somewhere. There we go. So you can see the green on my hands. I had to wash my hands before I started because it was green from earlier, but still green. Okay, there we go. Bit of crisscross. And then our bow. So to make it a little bit fuller, I'm doing a double bow. Let me have my scissors on hand ready to go, and I'll show you how I did it. Now you get to see my green fingers. So I'm going to go around 3 fingers. So hold it at the bottom and loop round. That's once and then twice. And just make sure it kind of overlaps where the middle is. And then cut. And then you can hold that and then twist another piece around. But it is quite hard to hold. So I'm going to use a glue dot to help me. So glue dot. And can you see how the glue dot's kind of squeezed all that middle bit together? And if this is too fiddly, just do a normal bow. Then I'm going to cut another bit off, and I'm going to wrap it around. So hopefully sort of even half and half. Again, I can kind of stick it to that. You don't have to use a glue dot, but you need 3 hands, so that kind of is a hand for you. So I'm going to put it down there. Right, so it's behind, and then basically I'm just tying a knot. Ta-da! And there is my bow. And you can just sort of guide the extra bits where you want. So obviously we've got a couple of extra tails from when we made it, but it's adding a bit of interest. So let's kind of, and then we'll use a glue dot again, these wonderful glue dots, and put it on our card. Fairly quick, easy card today. And then to finish it off, obviously a bit of sparkle is good. And I'll share a little tip of what I did today with my embellishments, which is going to make life a lot easier. So here are my embellishments, and my Take Your Pick tool is here. So odd numbers are good. Could do 5. I'm doing 3. And yeah. So maybe 2 up the top. So the Take Your Pick tool is quite good for helping pick up embellishments and things if you don't really have too many nails. And that's basically it. Look at that. Fairly quick and easy today. So there is just so many possibilities with this set. So like I say, you can layer it up with the different colors. You can keep it simple with more of the white on the note cards, keep it small. Lots of different possibilities with that. Now I said to you I would share a tip about storing my rhinestones and things. So I'm not sure if you realize, but these cases that the stamps come in, you can buy empty clear ones of these. So you can just buy a case and use it for whatever you want. So what I've gone and done is, I've got a few that are a bit old and a few new ones, is I have labeled them. And then I've put certain things in them so I can have them all lined up. And if I need dimensionals, I pull it out, away I go. Because what I found was I was putting them in different boxes and they're all mixed up, and I'd have to go through about 4 until I found what I needed. So now I know this is all pearls. And so you can see the pearl kind of embellishments and things. These pearls are related to in colours, so whether it's last year's in colours or the new in colours, they're all together. And then I've got my one with my rhinestones, which I've just used today, so we'll put those away, put them back in here. Don't need that. And different rhinestones and things. And then, yeah, I'm all set. So I think it's a pack of 4 that you can get. And then you can, you might only need a couple, but they're great for storing different things in. So that's my little tip for you for making it easier to find things, because you don't want to waste time, looking for things. If you can keep it organized and orderly, then that definitely helps. All right. Now, a couple of other things to share with you for this month. So we have a kit sale. So let me grab some things here. Ooh. So I did share some ideas and things last week. I did share a kit with you last week. So if you watch my Facebook Live or the video on YouTube, this is the card that we made. So this is from the Blossom Wishes card kit. So we've got up to 30% off kits, not just card kits, other kits too, but in particular card kits. So depending on what kit it is, this kit here, the sentiments are pre-stamped for you, so it is a cheaper stamp set. It's in New Zealand, $28 down to $25.20, I believe, and you get 4 of each card, and they're raised up as well. Quite cool and long, slimline cards as we call them. Other cards that we've got, there's a huge range. I'll just flick through some here. So here's that one we just saw, beach kind of themed, masculine, a thank you set. You got 3 of each of those cards. Butterflies, note of cheer, flowers, sentimental rose, the kaleidoscope, lots of colourful ones and patterns. Thank yous, they're nice and bright. These are shaker cards, which are quite cool. Some Forever Friends, fern ones, more masculine greeting ones, get well soon with the cute little mouse and the animals and stuff. Kids cards, the robots, the candles, which I'm about to show you. And I think that's it. There's more, but that's just some of them. So here's other kits that we've got. So the candles, and again, they're raised up with foam strips and things, which is cool. So some of them are pre-printed. Other ones you get to stamp on it. That means you get a stamp set, a little block, and a little ink spot with it, which makes life easier. And then you can just reuse them later. You've got, stamp sets to use afterwards. We've got a masculine card. I've only got one of the 2 cards in the set. And again, it's got lots of Happy Father's Day or Father, Grandpa, Son, all that kind of thing, different masculine stamps. And another one here. Whoops, get it up the right way. So globe, clock. And again, you'll have the stamp set later as well. So lots of cool kits. So they are on special for the month of August. So if you're interested in those, you can order through my online store, stampwithangela.co.nz/shop, or you can get in contact with me and I can help place an order and things. But they're good to have on hand. And they're not just for beginners. I mean, obviously, if you're starting out, they're great for beginners because they've got all you need. But maybe you need some quick, easy cards to make, and you don't have time to sit down, think about lots of designs and stuff. You can just pull out a card kit and make some cards. You can get together with friends and make cards. They're also great presents, birthday presents, Christmas presents. Stock up now when you're thinking, oh, what am I going to get them for their birthday? Then give them a card kit. It's a present, and the gift keeps giving. They can make the cards. They have fun making them. And then they can give the cards away too. So that's a bonus, a useful gift. So lots of great ways for card kits. All right, so any questions about the kits, the cards, do feel free to comment, get in touch with me. But they are great to use. All right, so one other thing, keeping with the green theme, is as demonstrators, we get to see things early. So my mini catalogue for September to December has arrived. I'm not allowed to show you inside, just see the front of it, and it's that green theme as well, good for Christmas. So obviously it does have it's kind of also known as a holiday catalogue. It's got Christmas things, but also a range of things as well. Some new dies, new stamp sets, all sorts of wonderful products and things. So for those of you that ordered from me in the past, they haven't arrived yet. I've only got one copy. I've ordered them for my customers, so hopefully they'll be here early next week. And then for my customers, if you're coming to classes, I'll give you a copy. If you are further around New Zealand and you've bought through me, then I'll send you one. If you have not bought through me yet, but you're interested in the catalogue, then do get in touch with me and I can send out a complimentary copy as well. But remember, they haven't arrived yet, hopefully next week. But one of the perks of being a demo is we get to see it early, we get to buy early, so that's very exciting. So, quick recap on today. So we had our card that we made using the lovely layering leaves set and the punch that goes with that, which I have put over here. So that's a cool set. We've got the kit sale, which is for August, and a huge range of kits and things that are great for yourself, for getting together with others, or as gifts. And then lastly, the new catalogue, not out yet, but in September. So if you want a copy of that, let me know. All right, so thank you for watching today. I hope you have enjoyed it and learnt something new, been inspired. If you want to buy any of these products or got any questions or kits and things, then feel free to get in contact with me. So I love being able to share with you, and thank you for making the time to come and watch today. All right, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and we'll see you again next Thursday. Thanks so much. Bye.